Alrighty folks, welcome back. I said I would give you further tips on Summoner's War today. Now that I know I can actually stream. Here's a perfect example of seeing the little level up places. You can see. Now you can also click on the place, click on them like that way, or you can click on them directly if you can actually manage to hit them. And that will level them up. Here you go. I find it just easier to click on the location. Now, I said I would show you the two big events, so let's go on to those next. So here we go with the Dimensional Crystal. I did two of them earlier today. You can see, and I have one left. You get the Dimensional Crystal just from your dailies. It'll unlock at some point. And you're going to see why these are such a big deal. Are you streaming or not, Twitch? Do your damn job. The one thing you are designed to do, Twitch. Do it. Good. It's actually streaming. So this is the daily event. Dimensional Rift. And as you see, when we reach the end of this, you're going to see why it's worthwhile to do this on, of course, the highest difficulty, because the highest difficulties always give you the highest rewards. Let's target the big guy. And if you're wondering why my characters are moving so fast, you actually have a speed multiplier down in the corner, which determines how fast battles will go. I always set to X3, because why not? And if any of you are wondering how you unlock the Dimensional Rift, you really just, you can't force it. It just comes along naturally as you level up and go through the main quest line. It will become available when it becomes available. It's not something you can force, but it does give you good rewards when you do unlock it. Yeah, we'll take up them. Okay. Yeah, you can tell I'm obviously streaming directly from my phone, so I keep getting notifications pop in. You can see there, look at that experience point gain for just this one run. 8,000. Now, if you remember correctly, when we did the ruins, we only got 1,800. This is literally 8 times the experience, and you can do it 3 times a day. And you can save up those points if there's a particular area that's too difficult for you. For example, I was actually managing to pull off the Chukari ruins on Hell difficulty. But each day it'll spawn in a different location. One of these different locations will be a different one. And if you don't spend them that day, well, as you can see here when we click on it, Dimensional Crystal 0s of 10. So if you get more than 10, you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to actually use it, or you won't be able to collect your crystals for that day. But you can totally just wait a different day. Okay, so here is the World Boss Battles. Okay, I'm just going to go to Auto Assign up in the corner here. You can see basically what it does is it's basically selecting from my complete lineup of every level 30 plus character. You can see It's also showing the level 35, so you need a minimum of level 30 in order to participate. Auto assign chooses the most powerful ones you've got. At least that's my understanding of it. And if I just start battle, I'm gonna let this thing run. I'm not gonna skip through it, so just so you can see the full intensity of what the world battle is. See, I can hit skip to skip through each of the combat phases, but basically this is completely hands-off. Completely hands-off. Basically, you get to watch all your monsters in a massive brawl kick the living shit out of an enemy monster. And there's multiple stages of this little cinematic fight. And here are the results. Total monsters 20. Average level of my monsters is 32. Total attack power, that. Attribute bonus is that. And you can see I've got a damage output of 726,000. And you get some nice rewards for it. And that's how everyone contributed in the fight. Beth was my best damage dealer, my female Reaper. The one with the scythe did the most damage. Lapis, my team leader from everything, came in next. Rena, my healer, came in third. And you can just kind of see how everybody did. And again, you can do it 3 times a day. If I do auto assign here, you'll see 20, but you want to make sure that you've got enough for all 3 rounds. So I can clearly see that after it's auto-selected these 20, I'm not going to have enough for the minimum 10 for the next round. So you see I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. I need to deselect 2 of these guys. That will ensure that I have, you know, a total of 10 people for the 3rd and final round. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 5 and 5. Start the battle. This one I will skip through because it's going to be literally the, well, I don't know. I guess I can let you see this one. I mean, it's going to be different attacks, but it's not going to really be all that different. It's the same monster. Obviously, you have different monsters, and they're going to do different attacks. I'll skip through part of it, just so you can see that skipping it, what skipping does. Here. Skip a couple of them, let them finish it off. So it is completely a cinematic sequence. Total monsters, 18. Average level, 30. Damage potential, 400k. You can take a look at their contributions. Auto assign the last group. They're probably going to do F rank as well because let's be honest, they're not even fighting at full potential, and these are basically my leftovers. This one I will skip through. And there you go. Then again, we can take a look down here. You can see my rank is at 46%. We can look at the rewards. If I can hit 40%, if I hit basically between 30 and 40%, you go up to the next tier elite. So you can see I'm at 46%. If I can take another like 6 or 7% off of damage, do another 6 or 7% in damage potential, you move up to elite. And then when the monster is actually defeated, because that's when you get the rewards, is when the world boss isn't basically based upon days. It's based upon the contributions of all the players. So obviously if all the players are taking forever to defeat the monster, it'll be a while before you get your reward. But usually it's a couple of days. It's usually a couple of days before they can defeat a monster. But yeah, basically, if by the time the monster hits 0 HP, if I've managed to hit the 40% mark, instead of getting 35 red crystals, I get 50. And similarly, as you can see, it moves up here, depending on your damage percent. You can see here, there's two things to keep in mind. You can see down there is my rank and the amount of damage that rank I've accumulated with. So I've done more than enough damage to qualify for the elite class, because my total damage is 6k. And you need only 3k for it to qualify. But, as you can see, my ranking is only in the 46th percentile. As we move up here, you notice how it gets more and more difficult. Once you get into the Grandmaster ranks, then it starts getting more tricky, as you can say, because then this is actually based upon being in the top 100, not just the top percentage of damage dealers. And of course, making it to Legend means you are literally the best player in this game, because you are dealing 10k in damage and you have #1 ranking. I imagine most people are probably going to make it to around Grandmaster rank 4 or 3. Basically, I imagine most people are either going to be around here in the top 100 or just below the top 100. Let's see here. I doubt I'm even in the top 100. But you can kind of see what you have to work against, because, yeah, the top 100 deals 30k in damage. So the actual damage minimum is kind of superfluous, because it all has to be based upon rank. So you can see down there, Glazed Ferret is number 100. And if you really want a gun for number 1, let's see who number 1 is. I mean, the damage isn't all that big of a difference between the ranks, as you can see. Scat Fetus is 35.4k for damage, rank 1. Me, of course, I'm rank 11, 117,000. Now, let's see. What else should I show you guys that might be useful? Alright, quickly summon one of these. I believe in order to power up this one, who I fused off camera, because I've already shown you what fusion is. Not that big of a deal. But yeah, I need to get her up to 30, and I need to awaken her. So, what would be my best options to getting materials I need to awaken her? There are a few different ways you can awaken monsters. Let me find her so I can show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so you can see here, these are the requirements needed to awaken a monster to get their better stats. As you can see here, she's basically just Kung Fu Girl, but if I awaken her, she'll get a special name, get a new skill, greatly increase basic stats, become a special monster, all that fun stuff. But in order to do that, I need Essence of Wind High, and of course it says it's available at the Karius Dungeon, Mid as well, and of course the magic ones you need as well. Now, if you happen to have a lot of the lower tier magic, there is a building, the Fusion Building here, which allows you to fuse essences. So I could, if I wanted to, and I've got enough blue crystals that I can at least show you a couple of them. You can see here I've got a bunch of the really low crystals. So if you've got a lot of the low essences, you can actually fuse them into the higher essences. It is a bit pricey, as you can see. But more than likely, you're going to be collecting absolute shit tons of the low essences. And that gets me up to 6 on the mid. Now, if I need high essences, that is uber expensive. As you can see here, it takes 10 of the mid essences, which again would be 10 of the low essences if you are really stretching for it. So obviously, if I want to get 10 of the mid essences, that is from low essences. That's 100,000 blue crystals. 10 times 10. And if I want just one high essence, it costs 50 grand. So, to go from basically low to high will cost you 150 grand in crystals, blue crystals, to get just one high crystal from 10 low crystals. Something to keep in mind. So, yeah, don't feel too bad if you're stocking up tons of low crystals and not getting too many of the high crystals, the high essences, because you can convert them. As you can see, my water, I've got tons of options there. Quickly jump back to my monster. So you can see I'm at 6 of 15 of the mid essences, but I still need 3 more of the high essences. Now, you can just, in order to get those essences, just go here, grind through battles here. I think I'm powerful enough to clear a 40. Let's try 40. I should get experience points for that. Good. My team looks good. Make sure I'm on max speed. Of course, this won't get you the best experience points or even the best crystals. Again, the Volfagus runes, which I showed last time, and the dailies will get you the most in terms of experience points and crystals, in terms of payout. This is more for the secondary thing. This is what you would basically would want to grind these ruins here. Basically grind these ruins to get runes, because this is where you get rune drops, and where you get essences. And other crafting materials. Other crafting materials drop in these places as well. So you basically would grind through these ones in order to basically get your crafting requirements for awakening monsters. Sometimes they do drop monsters, but you're more likely to get a monster drop from like the world areas, like the Volfagus ruins. I've gotten tons and tons of level 3 monsters from just grinding off against that elemental boss. And they also drop runes as well, and they drop, you know, crystals as well. But primarily you're doing this for the guaranteed, or nearly guaranteed, essence drop. They also drop unknown scrolls, which give you more summon monsters. Alright, so I can obviously do a rank 40. See if I can go through this enough and actually show you the primary reason you grind through this. I'd say I could be unlucky and get nothing but unknown scrolls, but honestly, getting a bunch of unknown scrolls means you have a bunch of material monsters that you can then use to directly power up other monsters by sacrificing them. So it's not necessarily bad. It does allow you to basically power up other monsters. But when you're trying to awaken a monster, you're like, just give me a dang magic essence! And obviously, the higher rank of these things you fight, the better the rewards. That's a given. Now, as for strategies on fighting these guys, each one's got different sort of strengths and weaknesses. For those who don't know, you can actually go over here to places with boss battles and set your auto combat. So I set it up so for this particular boss, because you can set it for each of the different zone bosses, you can specifically say what order to target things in for auto combat, which means I don't have to manually auto target. I don't have to manually focus fire. I can say, go for the right crystal first, which as you can see here is a defense debuff, and then go for the boss, and then go for the left crystal. Sometimes I'll take out the support crystals first. It all depends on how tough the boss is. Like here, I'm taking out decreases defense of all enemies by 2. And I just took that out, so all of my force's defenses have just gone up because I took out that defense debuff. And I'm not too concerned about the other crystal, because you can see here, inflicts big damage on one enemy. That's not a big deal. I'm able to handle incoming damage well enough. You might want to target that instead, but my general philosophy, if a boss has got some sort of buff crystal or debuff crystal, target that first. There we go. Essence of Magic Low. So you can see I got 4 Essence of Magic Low. Which, you know, it's halfway there to a high, it's halfway there to a mid, which is quarter of the way there to a high. Okay, let's go back to... Let's see if we can handle a rank 50. So you really never know how strong you are until you give it a shot. And you basically say, oh, well, that one's too much. It took me a lot of crystals to get through that. We can reliably take care of the rank below it, so we'll just grind against that one. Because, you know, when you power up runes, it really increases the power of your monsters. So, I mean, just powering up, you know, all of your monsters' runes, like, you take your monster and you give them a full set of runes for whatever works best for them. Obviously, each monster has different, you know, things you want to focus on. And you give them all runes, but all your runes are base level. You haven't put anything into them. The difference between a monster with, you know, typically multiples of 3 are your key. But the difference between, say, your monsters having 6 runes all at +0 and 6 runes all at +3, it can be pretty substantial, especially since at every rank of 3 you get a bonus property, which could mean something like you get, you know, an extra buff, something like +2, +3 agility or whatever. It's always random. I'll show you after this fight what specifically I'm talking about. Alright, so you see on here, I'm targeting the strength crystal. Increases the boss's defense for 3 turns. Definitely want to take out the boss's extra defense. Don't really care about the boss's extra damage, because that is still the same. Keep on healing. Maybe I can take on level 50s now with this particular team. Oof. Look at 2/5 of my team. Nasty. Oof. He is crushing my team. Definitely gonna have to use crystals on this one. So yeah, level 40 is still my best bet. Oof. Brutal. Of course, if you want to know what your enemy can do, you can also do that. Attacks all enemies and stuns them for 1 turn by chance. The damage increases as fewer enemies stand. Burns enemies with cursed glare, inflict continuous damage for 3 turns with a high chance. If I got Essence of Water, because the magic guy will give you all essences. Alright, so let's take a look at runes. Alright. You can see I've got these all at either level 9 or level 6. I should have enough to power up one of these to well, actually this one should work well because it's at level 8. So, look at this. It's telling me right now that if I power it up to level 9, at minimum what I'm going to get, because it always powers up the primary stat. So I'm going to get my HP, instead of plus 27, it's going to be plus 29%, and then of course it shows you all the secondary effects. But, please don't fail. It failed. Of course it failed. That's the big problem you have with powering up, is a chance of failure. Can I pull it off with you? Nope. Gonna have to grind up a lot more blue crystals. But basically what's going to happen is, a good way of showing it to you. Basically when I hit level 9 with this, it's going to add another bonus property. One of these it'll be another bonus property under here, whatever, it'll be completely random. Or what it could do is take one of these existing properties, these secondary properties, instead of the one that always powers up with every level. So instead of, you'll still get this with every power-up. But when you hit those multiples of 3, it will either add a new property down here, so maybe I'd have something like accuracy plus 3%. Or it could take one of these things, which normally don't grow, and increase one of these. And for those of you who are curious about what the maximum is, the maximum that you can get in any crystal, now obviously the higher the grade is, the higher number of stars it is, the easier it is to get. But the highest you can go is plus 15. See, this is one of my better crystals. This is a rank 5 resistant despair rune. You can see all the buffs on that one. So go back to grinding through this guy. And I think that covers just about it for the tips here. I'll stay on the stream for a couple more minutes in case anyone wants to ask any questions. But if not, I'll probably end the stream here after this fight. It is kind of nice watching it on my TV screen. This game has got some very nice models, and they scale up to full screen pretty well. If I can show you guys. So I guess the last thing I will show you is how you can stream it if you want to stream it yourself. Come on, give me, there it is. Nope. Let me swipe up. So I am using some software called, there it is, Air Server Mirroring, Air Server Universal. And this is a paid app. I will admit it is a paid app. Let me mute that background noise. Again, I'm using the free trial of it to show you guys all this. But there you go, airserver.com. You can see here, there are a few options. So you can get probably most people end up having to spend 15 bucks for the consumer license. But if you actually are, I don't know how you can justify it. Maybe if you're like me and you're, a game developer and you actually have something in your school related to that. Like I run the Game Developers Club at Sacramento State. I'm the founder there, so I could probably justify this. And I do have an educational email I can use for that. But all that's rip. But for Mojo, you're probably going to go with this. This is kind of interesting. Their business license is for internal use only. If you want to use this for hospitality, showroom broadcasting, and signage, um, contact them about the enterprise licensing. So yeah, most of you are going to go with the $14.99 one. But yeah, I hope you find that useful, folks. I'll see you in the future.